Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over another premium hard question in the database/pandas category that I just solved on my own. So again, I'm glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this problem without any assistance and do it relatively quickly as well. And like I said before, or I might not have said, I feel like these pandas questions are a lot easier than algo questions. Like for these questions, it's like you read this question and within like 5 minutes you already kind of know what to do, and then you just do it and you submit it. You don't have to worry about time limit exceeded, memory limit exceeded, like whatever constraints they throw at you. And it seems like it's just very straightforward. So don't know if that's just me, but again, the hard algorithm questions are almost borderline impossible for me, while the sort of database section hard questions, I've been doing them so easily, and like they've been a piece of cake. So yeah, I don't know why, but either way, let's go ahead and let me show you how I did it. So this one is called write a solution to find the number of streaming sessions for users whose first session was a viewer. So basically you want to group it by the user ID and then sort by the session start time, and make sure that the very first, whenever this user ID is seen in the sessions table, it has to be a viewer, and then count how many streamers there are after that, if there are any. So for example, 104 has only a viewer, has no streamer, so we don't include it here. Again, I just feel like that's very straightforward, so let's just iterate over sessions and just get the user ID and put it into a dictionary. So the joke is that when I can't solve a Leetcode hard algorithms question, I just come to the database section, pick out a random hard, and solve it on my own to feel better about my skills. So it's kind of a joke, but either ways, let's so again, ds user ID, we want to append the session start time and then the session type. So sessions session start of I, and then sessions session type of I. Okay, and then we're going to sort by the start time, obviously, and then let's iterate through this dictionary. And okay, cool. So again, we want the first one to be a viewer, so right out of the bat 102 and 103 are not valid. So if dk, so dk of 0, the first one, and then we want the -1, the last element in that sublist of the list, is equal to viewer, then we can just count the number of streamers. So let's count equals 0. So let's eliminate 102 and 103. So 104 doesn't have anything after that, as I said. So let's go ahead and iterate over dk from 1 to the end. So basically going from the first list to the end, because we don't care about the first one, that's just a viewer. And let's say if a of -1, so for each sublist, the last element in each sublist, if that is equal to streamer, then we increment the count. And then at the end of this loop, count better be bigger than 0. It's not in this case, so we knock this one out. This is the only valid answer. In that case, let's print k and dk. And again, we just basically have our solution, right? So now we just have to populate it. So answer.append k and dk. So, oh, we want the count, right? We don't want the dk. So how many times streamer appeared as not the first, the last element in the first sublist of the list. Okay, cool. So let's print our answer now. And we also want to sort it by the user ID in descending order. So answer.sort key equals lambda x1. So descending order, So we sort it by the user ID, which is this, and then let's also sort it by the count. Reverse equals true. And then let's also do for a and answer, let's make two lists. So however many lists for however many columns we have. We only have two columns here because it says right here, well, you can just see there's two columns there. So 1.append a of 0, and then 2.append a of 1 for each sublist. We loop through. And then at the end, we can create a empty data frame, return it, but you have to populate the user ID column with 1. And then sessions count with the second list. Okay, let's run it and submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. Again, I thought this one was really easy and I was able to solve it on my own and come up with my own solution without any assistance within like 5 minutes. So, and it's also a pretty good runtime and memory, so I'm pretty proud of this. And yep, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.